across the ring, fighting out of the red corner in this quarterfinal tournament bout. Wearing black trunks with gold trim, fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada by way of Venezuela. The weight tonight is the same weight of 140 pounds. His outstanding record, 23 wins, 1 loss, 22 big wins by way of knockout. Ranked number 3 by the WBA, they call him Rattlesnake. Engels Pedroza. Referee in charge of this bout.
All right, fellas, you've had your instructions in the dressing room. Are there any questions? Anybody? Any questions? All right, let's box.
And a look at how the two fighters stack up on the tail of the tape. Pedroza 2 inches taller, the weight the same. That's Pedroza. He comes out swinging.
And swinging hard.
That's right. As Kevin Rooney tells Mike Tyson, with bad intentions. Rivera, I think, is going to have to prove himself in this fight. We know about Pedroza. Seen him fight several times on national TV. He has a record of 23-1. He won his first fight by decision a couple of weeks ago. Up to that point, he'd won 22 straight by knockout.
Well, I tell you something right now. I do not envy Joe Rivera. I would not like to be in his shoes right about now.
Well, we just don't know much about Rivera. We did see him fight once here, had an opening round decision in this tournament over Martin Quiroz. So Rivera with a record of 17-1-1. That's not a bad record, certainly.
But you know, on my notes, I get 1 knockout. Is that correct?
No, that's a misprint there.
Okay. I was thinking, geez.
14 KOs, yeah.
Oh, all right.
You forgot to put the 4 in your notes.
Yeah. They want to make me look bad. Okay, I know, I understand. Thank you, Jerry Romano.
I always tell them before these telecasts, try to make Ruben look bad if you can.
Jerry likes that, too. Jerry Romano likes that. He can't wait to get me in the ring.
Pedroza in the black trunks, Rivera in the blue. Pedroza came into this tournament in typical fashion, knocked out Othal Dixon in 1 round in the opening round of the tournament. He has 13 first-round knockouts. Low blow by Pedroza. John Thomas. The step between the two.
You know, this fight could be a problem for Pedroza. This Rivera, he moves well, bobs and weaves. Not an easy target.
Good left hook by Rivera in tight. Another left hook by Rivera, stunned Pedroza for a second. His knee did a little dip.
Yeah. This would be a tremendous win for Rivera if he could pull one off. But Pedroza is always in good shape, of course. Whenever you've got a Jimmy Montoya working in your corner, you're going to be in tremendous, tremendous shape. I almost said a bad word.
Inside 10 seconds to go in round number 1. Pedroza and Rivera. We'll be right back. Super lightweight quarterfinal. Rich Murata along with Ruben Castillo ringside at the Forum. We're watching Engels Pedroza in the black trunks, Joe Rivera in the blue trunks. Pedroza 23-1 with 22 knockouts. Rivera 17-1-1 with 14 KOs to his credit.
I'm telling you, this Rivera is tough to hit, and he can hit. He can bang.
He's making Pedroza miss, and in the first round and again here early in the second, he has landed good left hooks. Pedroza winging his punches. Boy, he's bringing him from way back and telegraphing him. Rivera mixing it up with him. There's the right hand by Pedroza. But Pedroza was really tagged by Rivera. He ran into a hard shot, and Pedroza's a little wobbly. Look at him bounce on one leg.
He's hurt. He got nailed with a right hand.
Pedroza, who was knocked out 22 of 24 opponents, but remember, his only loss was by knockout as well. He was wobbled by Joe Rivera, who is a very calm fighter in there, very cool customer, and he does not waste punches.
No, he sure does. I really like his body movement. He just slips punches very, very well. Look at, as you'll see him against the ropes. He moves, he bobs and weaves very good. And that's what he's got to do against a guy like Pedroza.
Well, he's had Pedroza missing him through the first 2 rounds all over the place. Good left hook, though, by Pedroza.
It's just like the last fight, Rich. One shot can turn this whole fight around. Right now, it's going Rivera's way, but one shot can turn this whole fight around.
Especially with the power of Pedroza. Now Rivera holds, and Thomas breaks him up. I don't know how good it is for Rivera to work completely along the ropes. If he lets Pedroza throw 30 or 40 punches, one of them, it would seem, is bound to get in.
I think it's a good idea. He's going to let him miss and maybe punch himself out. Punch Pedroza out.
Right hand, Pedroza drives Rivera back. Rivera's really quick with that left.
Oh, good. He's a good counter puncher, good body puncher. I think he's a heck of a fighter. What a matchup this is.
Rivera looks very much in control of himself in there.
Very cool, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Very calm.
Looks like he's studying his opponent all the time in the ring.
How old is he, Rich? What do we have there for him?
Rivera's 24 years old. He was 20-0 as an amateur before turning pro. And there's the bell to end round 3. Pedroza has had trouble connecting solidly with Rivera. Rivera's done a good job of slipping punches, moving the upper torso, making him move, making him miss. He does not use a lot of footwork to make him miss. He has managed to stay right in front of Pedroza, just move the body and make him miss. Slip the jab as you saw him do there. And again, Pedroza comes over the top. That was just a stumble. That is not from the force of that Pedroza punch.
You know, this is going to be a very difficult fight for this young man, Pedroza. I really like the way Rivera moves.
Rivera, who we said was an unknown quantity as far as we were concerned, but he landed a nice left uppercut. But he was born, still makes his home in San Juan, Puerto Rico. He was the Puerto Rican bantamweight champion as an amateur in 1983. Trying to pay the bills. He's married with a son and a daughter. If he could get through and win this tournament, he could get himself a nice big paycheck.
And about 2 more sons and daughters if he'd like, because this is a big win for him if he can beat Pedroza. I'm really amazed all the shots that Pedroza is missing.
Especially because he's missing in the fact that Rivera is not a mover.
That's true. I think after this round, Montoya's going to tell him to go to the body, because that's one thing you can't move positively, is that body. So work to the body and then let the hands come down and work to the head.
Well, when he's done that on occasion, he's been fairly successful with it. Pedroza coming forward, backs Rivera into the corner, comes over the top with a right hand. Ruben, it's said by many you get more tired from missing punches. Is that true?
That's very true. Oh, here we go.
What an exchange. Look at these two go at it. I'm not sure if either man got the better of that. Both landing solid shots. Pedroza looks to be breathing from the mouth a little bit heavily here as we reach the end of round number 3. So we'll see if that holds up as we move on to the 4th round. Stay with us. Ruben?
I've got the fight score 30-28 in favor of Rivera.
All right, we're through 3 rounds. It's Rivera in the blue trunks. Engels Pedroza in the black trunks with a gold stripe. Good body shot by Pedroza. Rivera has had the better quality punches so far, harder punches. Pedroza, as Ruben thought he might in the last round, beginning to go to the body. He's come out so far strictly with a body attack here in round 4.
I kind of thought that was going to be Jimmy Montoya's strategy.
There it is again, left hook to the body.
I've trained with Jimmy many, many years, and I know just about what he thinks, and I think that'd be the best thing for Pedroza to do is work to that body.
I don't know how anyone could have Jimmy Montoya in his corner and not go deaf after his career.
Jimmy gets involved, believe me.
He's a talker. Oh, right hand by Pedroza, and Rivera took it very well. Look at Rivera. Matt never even know he took that shot. He took it very well.
What a shot. Anybody else would have had their social security in the third row with that shot.
Pedroza, encouraged by it, comes forward, but I think at the same time he's got to be a little discouraged by the fact that he seemed to hit Rivera with his best shot, and Rivera didn't blink.
Montoya, Jimmy wants him to go to the body, work to that body again, see what happens.
Cannot believe the way that right hand did not budge Joe Rivera.
That hurt me, and I'm sitting right here. My legs buckled.
We're in round 4. Pedroza at the end of the second round was in some difficulty. Takes a right-left combination. Pedroza smiles and now nods his head like to Rivera, all right, you hit me, let's see you do it again. I'm coming after you. Joe Rivera, a real technician in there. Right to the body by Rivera. Round number 4, interesting fight. Engels Pedroza having a lot more trouble than most people thought coming in against Joe Rivera of Puerto Rico. Round 5 coming up. Stay with us. The form, round 5, a super lightweight quarterfinal tournament bout. Joe Rivera in the blue trunks, Engels Pedroza in the black trunks. I'm Rich Murata ringside along with Ruben Castillo. Been an interesting fight. Pedroza came in widely heralded as a tremendous puncher. His record would indicate 23-1 with 22 knockouts, but he has been unable to land real solid on Rivera with the exception of one real hard shot that he landed in the last round, a hard right hand, and Rivera just stared at him after taking that right. And Rivera seemed to have Pedroza a little bit of difficulty in the second half of that round. Ruben, what would make a guy like Rivera, now he's not a guy who runs, he's not a guy with a lot of movement, what would make him difficult to hit?
Well, that body movement.
Hang on a second, there's a good left hook by Rivera. Let's see if this develops. Pedroza, again, his legs give way a little bit, but he landed a right coming in, Pedroza did, on the face of Rivera. Interesting that Pedroza lands one of his best shots after he was hit a good hard lick by Rivera. Pedroza looking a little the worse for wear here in this round.
But the answer to your question is that body movement that Rivera has. Bobbing and weaving. See, he can tell when Pedroza's coming to the body, he just drops his elbow, catch that shot, and just move his head when he comes up upstairs. See, look at that. What he is so quick in moving his head. See, he just makes him miss. That's a very, very good fighter, and it makes a difficult fight for Pedroza.
Punch just goes whizzing by. And if you know how to fight defensively too, if you get a guy who's winging punches in a roundhouse style, actually if you lean into those punches will go behind your head.
That's right. I really like Pedroza, but I was afraid this was going to happen. He's going to find a fighter that's going to move on him and would possess a lot of problems for him.
Pedroza has landed a couple of shots. He landed a pretty good left moments ago. But Rivera seems unfazed by Pedroza when he gets hit, which is really surprising in light of the power that Pedroza has.
And that will take all your confidence out. You just hit the guy with everything but the kitchen sink, and he's standing there looking at you. That's a
good right by Rivera, fighting off the ropes.
That's very disillusioning.
Another right hand by Rivera, the good uppercut. Boy, I tell you, when Rivera throws that left hook, he throws it quick.
Yeah, he sure does.
Bell, end of the round. We begin the 6th round. In case you might just be joining us, this is a super lightweight quarterfinal bout between Engels, Pedroza in the black trunks and Joe Rivera in the blue trunks. And Pedroza, as usual, comes out firing from the hip here at the start of the 6th round.
I think this Pedroza, he's got his nightmare tonight. Unless he can land a shot. The fight's been going Joe Rivera's way the whole night.
Rivera is not a flashy fighter, but he knows how to get away from punches, and he has shown pretty good power. And when he throws the left hook, he throws it with speed. It is very sharp. Shows that he has some crisp punching power behind that left.
Has Joe Rivera been knocked out?
No, apparently not. He did lose his last fight, actually, in Spain, but has not suffered a knockout in his career. And judging from the way that he took the hardest couple of punches that Pedroza, it would seem, could throw, it's not a surprise.
We've got Chuck Norris in the audience, and he comes out here just to see Pedroza. He's followed him around for his last 4 or 5 fights, and I don't think he's too pleased right now with the performance of Pedroza. You can tell that he's very frustrated, Pedroza is. But one punch can turn this whole fight around as it did the last fight.
A lot of big names from the sports and entertainment world on hand tonight, as usual, here at the Forum. Chuck Norris, as Ruben mentioned, Albert Davo, Frankie Duarte. Saw Henry Tillman, the heavyweight boxer, former Olympic champion, here in attendance this evening as well.
Shoot, I hate to see a fight break out then in their area. Chuck's a very nice guy. I talked to him earlier tonight. Hopefully we can interview him, see what happens.
Pedroza trying to work to the body. He takes a left hook for his trouble, though, from Rivera.
You know, this Joe Rivera is fighting the perfect fight. Stick, move, take a couple of shots, give a couple of shots, get out of there.
Joe Rivera is not interested in throwing a lot of punches and having half of them miss.
No, not at all.
He may not go 20, 30 seconds without a punch. He may go 20, 30 seconds without a punch, and he throws it just like that. There's the right hand that lands. Economy with his punches, but most of them find the mark. Coming to the end now of round number 6, Joe Rivera fighting a technically brilliant fight. Ruben, how do you have this one classified so far?
59 to 58 in favor of Joe Rivera. I'm sorry, 50. You know what? I think.
Are you confused there tonight?
No, you know.
Going cross-eyed on me? Or what?
I've been watching these fights, and they're taking their toll on me. These punches are hurting me. I'm seeing things. I got brain damage. Whoa.
Very sportsmanlike by Rivera. He knew he had Pedroza at a disadvantage and just stepped back and did not throw a punch. The fans applauded behind us. Joe Rivera may be the least flashy, effective fighter I've seen.
I'm going to tell him you said that.
He might take pride in that. And you know, he's a cool customer. We saw that he's got that poker face in the ring. Never changes expression.
You got to know when to hold him.
And he knows when to throw him.
Yeah, he's got all the aces right now, I can guarantee that.
that quick left, but this time it came up short by Rivera. Pedroza just keeps hitting air. Now he lands a body punch. His body punches have been his best thing so far tonight, but usually when he tries to throw to the head, Rivera is able to avoid the shots. There's the right hand by Pedroza. Knocked Rivera back a step or so. Ouch. Pedroza doing a little better job here. Rivera slipping in the corner.
Pedroza better pick up his shorts or we're gonna...
Pedroza working better in this round. Rivera fighting off the ropes beautifully, left and then the right, and he just scampered out along the ropes.
Good counterpunch by Rivera.
Pedroza has been throwing a lot of punches still in this round. He's thrown a ton of them throughout this fight. Fought a little better in this round, Pedroza did. Did he steal it? I don't know. We'll find out. Then at the Fabulous Forum. This is a quarterfinal in the super lightweight tournament. Joe Rivera in the blue trunks, Engels Pedroza in the black trunks. Pedroza has not been able to hurt Joe Rivera tonight. And Pedroza, a guy with 22 KOs in his 23 wins. He has landed flush on a couple of occasions and has not shaken Rivera whatsoever. Now he backs Rivera into the ropes and lands a couple of punches. Right hand. Pedroza seemed to pick it up in that last round some. Right hand misses, and then he runs into a punch from Rivera coming in. Beautiful uppercut by Rivera. That one caught Pedroza flush. Rivera did not punch as often in that last round as he had previously.
Well, I think he was a little concerned about all the missing, and he didn't want to punch himself out there, Rich. I think this is a very, very frustrating fight for Pedroza. He's got to learn to cut the ring. Most of his opponents have come right at him, and he's knocked them out. He found one that can move.
Well, there was a right hand there. Was it called a knockdown?
No, it's a
no
push.
Knockdown.
He did hurt him with that right hand, though.
Rivera actually has looked through this fight like the man with the greater power.
Well, he's landed the most. That's for sure.
Pedroza coming and getting into a crouch now, coming in low. Right hand lead nowhere near the target. Rivera getting a little bolder now. He seemed to hurt Pedroza a few moments ago. He has hurt him on a couple of occasions throughout the bout. The same cannot be said for Pedroza, however. There's a right hand. Knock Pedroza back a step.
I'll tell you something right now. This could turn the table around. Joe Rivera's got blood coming out of his mouth very, very bad. He must be cut up pretty bad inside of his mouth. If he starts to swallow that blood, this is going to be a complete turnaround.
We are in the 8th round, however, and we're nearing the end of the round, so Rivera needs only 2 more rounds as they both miss on the exchange. Pedroza chasing him, and Rivera now actually getting on those wheels a little bit and moving around the ring more than we've seen him so far. That brings some whistles from the crowd. And Rivera in this area by the name of Pedro Guerrero. I did a fight of his, in fact, at the LA Sports Arena. He invited Pedro Guerrero, the baseball player, to come out, and Pedro did come out and watch him fight that night.
Did he win?
He lost.
Oh, my. And since then, Pedro got traded.
And one Pedro said to the other one, hey, Get another profession.
Go to the bullpen.
That was the last we heard of that Pedro. Pedroza moving in, trying to follow the instructions of Jimmy Montoya. But I'll tell you, Jimmy Montoya gives a lot of instructions in those in the corner between rounds.
Man, he talks a mile a minute.
Double left hook by Rivera, but that time Pedroza blocked him. Right hand, Rivera. Right hand lead. Has been finding nothing but air tonight for Engels Pedroza. Rivera does not look like the kind of guy who's going to be taken out of there by sucker rights.
Nope, I don't think so. It's a good uppercut.
There's a little right lead, short one by Rivera.
He can't find him. This Joe Rivera's not giving him a target at all.
Now Rivera's got to throw some punches to win the round. He hasn't done anything offensively this round either.
No, it's not so much defense. You got to have some offense to pull out a round. Pedroza's fighting the wrong fight.
There's the offense from Rivera.
He's fighting the wrong fight by chasing him. He should cut the ring in half, corner him, and start throwing the bombs. He's just following him. He's not cutting it off. See?
No, he just moves in the circle. Well, he's had so many first-round knockouts, he may never have been in a position before where he's had to cut the ring off on somebody.
See that blood coming out of the mouth?
And Rivera in a situation where he doesn't want to get hit too much because of that blood either. He's got one round to go on his bicycle here at the end of round 9. Round number 10 back at the four. That's Engels Pedroza in the black trunks. Joe Rivera in the blue trunks with a white stripe. And Pedroza trying to start fast. But he takes a right hand for his trouble from Rivera. Hope you fans watching on Prime Ticket tonight enjoyed the Kings' victory over the Philadelphia Flyers 6-1. Left hook by Rivera. Now it's Rivera who's suddenly throwing punches here at the start of round 10.
I think Pedroza's going to win. Is going to need a knockout to win this fight, and I think that Rivera is doing the wrong thing by exchanging punches with him.
Pedroza looks a little frustrated. He kind of went, "Come on," at Rivera. He's chasing and not catching. Warning not to hold and hit. Right hand by Pedroza caught Rivera backing away in the ropes. Now Pedroza trying to work with Rivera's back up against the ropes, and Rivera very easily spins out of there and comes out to center ring once again. Pedroza has created quite a breeze in here in the forum tonight.
Yeah, he has.
With his misses. We didn't need the forum air conditioning tonight. Pedroza still moving in, still missing, saying, come on to Rivera. Let's mix it up. left hook. Rivera running around the ring. Looks as though he feels he's got the fight bagged. Crowd, quite obviously, is not too thrilled with Rivera's tactics here in the 10th.
Can't please everybody all the time, Rich.
20 seconds, 20 seconds.
Left hook, Rivera. Right hand, Rivera. I think Joe Rivera threw only about 6 or 7 punches in this round and landed every one of them.
I think you're
There's
right.
the bell to end the round and end the fight. Mixed reaction from the fan. Let's get the official verdict right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 rounds of boxing, we have a split decision. Judge at ringside, Dick Young scores the bout 98-91 Rivera. Vince Delgado scores the bout 96-94 Pedroza. Dr. James Jenkins scores the bout 97-92 in favor of the winner. Continuing in the tournament, Joe Rivera.
Well, there it is. Joe Rivera is the winner on the 2 cards that awarded Rivera the decision. They were lopsided scores, 98-91 and 97-92.